All right, team. Today we're going to talk about anxiety and depression. Okay, so how can this negatively affect your results and your overall health? Massively. It all starts in the mind. The body follows the mind. So the anxiety is high, cortisol is high, which is a stress hormone, right? So that can negatively affect digestion, which can lead to bloating, can just lead to an overall negative general self of well-being. How do we avoid getting anxiety? That's a tricky one. I feel like as we get older, the sort of likelihood of getting anxiety gets higher, and I think that's to do with the amount of stresses that we sort of face as we get older and older. One thing that I really think would help a lot of people and helps me is the ability to stay present in the moment and just worrying about shit that you are in control of and not stressing about shit you're not in control of. You know, anxiety tends to be when we're worried about shit in the future. And, you know, we're creating a sort of false narrative in our head that some bad shit's going to happen that hasn't even happened yet, but then you're sort of manifesting it to happen and you're unable to stay present. You're unable to lock into the task at hand because you're in the background, you're thinking about some negative shit that could potentially happen, but you're just creating the scenario in your head and you're building it up and up and up, and it will probably most likely happen because you're fucking thinking about it happening and you'll gravitate towards it. If we have the ability to negatively sort of create a false scenario in our head, why don't we, you know, flip-flop it? That's what I do. When I feel these thoughts come in, I'm like, nah, like, why don't I create like a fucking positive scenario that could potentially happen? What do I want to happen? What outcome do I want? And what do I need to do to achieve it? You know, I think you really need to focus and be self-aware of what thoughts you're telling yourself. Otherwise these negative thoughts will creep in if you don't do anything about it. I really do think being disciplined, you know, this whole 30 days of discipline program will really help so many people with reducing anxiety and depression and having the ability to stay present, because when you have discipline, you know, you have control over your life. And when you feel like you have control of shit around you, you're happy, you know, you don't have anxiety because you're in control of the outcome that you want and you're doing everything you need to do in the day to achieve it. However, it's the opposite when we have anxiety and we're stressed about shit. You don't feel like you're in control. Like, oh my God, all this shit keeps happening to me. Why me? Why me? I'm the victim, blah, blah, blah. Flip it. Instead of having that victim mentality, and we all know those people, we've all done it ourselves. Why me? Why me? I crashed my car's got a flat tire, life sucks. There's people way worse off than you, you know? Is that saying that if we all put our problems in a pile, you would most likely fucking grab your problem back, you know? There's always someone way worse off than you. So I think thinking a broader spectrum, thinking a broader sort of visual outlook on everything, and don't be so narrow-minded and selfish, you know? Viewing as a challenge or an obstacle and a bad thing that's happening to you, use it as an opportunity to grow as a person. And we need to grow as people and overcome obstacles in order to achieve growth, and in order to achieve sort of the goals that we want, right? If there were no challenges, if there were no obstacles, then we would not get growth. If it was easy to get in shape and have a six-pack, then everyone would do it. But no, you have to go through the challenges of being hungry, saying no to certain foods, prepping your food. I mean, staying consistent, you know, ticking off all those boxes, training hard, doing that day in, day out, drinking all the water you're supposed to, going to bed on time, etc. But through going through all those challenges and obstacles, you achieve the outcome, the physique that you want, the leaner physique, the abs. And then by the time you get there, you realize it's not about the end physique, it's about all the challenges you've overcome, which have turned you into the person that you are today. So yeah, I hope that helps you guys. I find reading really helps me. Here's some books. Reading Time with Dr. P. Mel Robbins is a really good book. Met them. My favorite, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck is awesome. Reading really helps me. just staying present. I have to put a timer on my phone and just sit there and read for 10 minutes, get it done. And I find when I go throughout my day, about my day after that, I'm just able to sort of lock in and stay present because I kick the day off with just reading a few pages, you know? Okay, I hope that helps you guys. Stay present, lock in.